Have you pressed record?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you press record on the Zoom?
Yeah. I need to ask you something unrelated to Goldie. Never said that before.
unrelated to chatting with drum and bass DJ Goldie.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to horn this out. I'm going to horn it out.
Okay.
I met a DJ once in a swimming pool.
Okay, cool.
Oh, this is a nice story.
For Goldie or for me?
Don't know, really. When I was about 21, I think I told you I spent the weekend with a millionaire.
Sounds really like it's not going to go well.
I was 21. The millionaire man was 28.
How did he make $1 million?
From clothes shops, and he lost all his money when he was about 25, and he made it again. He was bald. From what I remember, he was bald. He lived in Chichester. He had a lovely sort of house where I imagine sort of Jamie Oliver lives. One of those. What do you call those little?
What do you mean?
Do you know where Jamie Oliver lives in London?
No.
No, I don't.
Is it a part of London that has a specific name for its houses?
You know where you go down those streets in London, you do a little left, you look down. It's
Muse.
A Muse, that's it.
I love a Muse. Don't get me on Muses.
What are Muses?
Muses are the little houses that the servants used to live in to service the big houses. They're always next to big houses, Muses.
Oh.
Yeah, but now they're fancy.
So a Muse street would be all the servants living in... Oh, right. I didn't know that. Well, I'm sure Jamie Oliver lives in one of those.
Yeah, they're fancy now. He's not...
Yeah.
He's not... Yeah.
I don't know that. I just saw Christmas with Jamie Oliver like 10 years ago.
It might have been a set, David, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it was a set. I don't think it was. I'm just fucking burping.
We came on here to discuss what we're going to discuss with Goldie, by the
way. I'm just belching. Fucking hell.
Is this how we're prepping for the iconic guests we have on Goldie?
Anyway, so I met this millionaire. So I was 21, feeling terrible about my life.
Good little body, though, at the time.
I had a super body. I've got a photo of me getting out of the bath nude. I had a super little body with my dreads.
I didn't. I really didn't. I was like skin and bones. I went from thin and bony to fat. I didn't have any middle ground. Isn't that heartbreaking? Anyway, sorry. You had beads. You're confident to wear beads.
What?
You're confident enough with your body you wore beads.
Yeah, I wore red, gold and green beads. I'd love to show you the photo, see what
I don't know how comfortable I am with that.
21-year-old rent boy.
So this is all stuff we're going to talk with Goldie about, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
What am I talking about? So I met this millionaire. God, fucking hell, I've said that 8 times. And we went to his house, which is like one of those Jamie Oliver houses. And I think it had like 2 or 3...
Why were you going to his house? You didn't know him?
I think my girlfriend at the time knew someone who knew him.
Right, okay. So you weren't just going to a millionaire's house?
No, so I felt...
Was it in London?
Chichester, sorry. So I felt awful about... I'd love to find where it is, actually. Where was that? I think it was right in the town.
We should do that now, before 5 minutes before Goldie comes in.
I've got to have a little nose.
Yeah, 4 minutes before Goldie comes on.
But when you're feeling... What was I doing when I was 21? I think I was greenkeeping. Or I was out of work. I definitely had an adverse effect to penicillin.
I'm allergic to penicillin.
Are you?
Yeah. Let's get this story about a millionaire going.
But you feel crap about yourself. You don't know what direction you're going in. You're looking at someone who's a millionaire at 28. And we went to... I think we went to his wedding that same summer, and the owner of Pepe Jeans was there, and Dean Gaffney, and Sid Owen.
Doesn't get better than that. The 3 biggies. The owner of Pepe.
That's mad, isn't it?
Well, you're about to meet Goldie.
Owner of Pepe. I'm going to ask Goldie if he's met the owner of Pepe Jeans.
I don't think Pepe Jeans are I loved Pepe Jeans.
Carlos Ortega. Have you met Carlos Ortega?
Didn't Pepe Jeans have a little red badge on them? I loved Pepe Jeans. I think I had a pair.
Are they still going?
No, I don't think so. That's what makes me go, he's probably not. Pepe Jeans. Oh no, they're still going.
Are they?
Pepe Jeans London.
But when you're 21...
And you're just meeting the owner...
With no direction, and you meet the owner of Pepe Jeans, you just feel like such a loser.
It's not the best name, is it? Pepe Jeans.
Sid Owen was there. That was at the height of his EastEnders. I think Gaffney was there. I don't know if I just imagined that. I genuinely...
I'm looking at Pepe Jeans.
Yeah, I know. He must have been minted at the time.
Oh, here we go.
He's something to do with Barcelona. Or is there another Carlos Ortega?
Hello.
Oh shit!
Hello! Oh shit! Oh shit! Hold on! Let me get fully. I'm trying to get a full fucking thing here. What's going on
This is
here?
amazing.
I'm here.
Already blown my mind.
Flipping hell!
Let there be lights.
Look at that. Looks fucking terrifying.
That's too fucking bright. Let me just get that over there. There you go. Look at that. I've got to say. Seriously, you just don't know how mind-blowing it is. Two of my favourite guys at a distance. I'm being a bit of a fanboy now.
No.
Goldie, can we be your friend?
Yeah, I really am. Let me fucking volume up for a start. What the fuck's going on with this volume? There we go. Hello.
Can we be your friend?
Hey!
Can we be your friend?
Please be my friend. And listen, David, I was trying to work out how Brian took a shit with all that cabbage this morning.
Oh, right. Well, the robot or Brian? Oh, yeah. No, Brian ate it, so I can't remember what... I can't remember.
The last time I checked, cabbage is not good for us. But for him, maybe he did a thing where he, I don't know, economically made it better or did some kind of, you know...
I don't know. I didn't think that much, that hard over the script.
You don't think that much. There's me getting all philosophical thinking...
No.
Right, I know what happened. You left him at the train station. What really happened was he got off at Luton and a bunch of fucking gang from Luton. He's now selling crack.
That's what we thought. We thought he just got chucked off of the next platform.
He got chucked off of the next platform. How are you, man?
Right, we were just talking about, in 1995, I met the owner of Pepe Jeans. What do you make of that?
Oh, God. And I made a fake TV for him and I'm going to put my pit bull in there.
What?
Yeah, I had to do a TV thing.
With the owner of Pepe Jeans?
Yeah, I did a fake TV. Fucking knobs. I think I just scored like an 8th of gear, so I was off my tits for a week. Building, like Brian, building this fucking mad TV. And I had my pit bull terrier at the time. And I kept making him jump through this fake window like I was on the TV for Pepe Jeans, yeah. I think I've got some slip mats somewhere.
Well, have you really met him?
Yeah, he's an Indian fella. Or one way I like
Carlos Ortega.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck his name is, but yeah. They're all on the beat, man. I don't hear it. They're all on the beat back then, all of them. He might have sold it. Fuck knows. Anyway, how about you boys, man? I'm seriously, I'm such a fanboy.
Oh,
we don't realise how important this is.
Well, this has blown our mind, to be honest with you.
Honestly, when you contacted us, we did a whole episode talking about it.
Well, because I keep hearing my other half talking to you on the... I was talking to her yesterday and she went, hold on, it's Goldie. And I had to sit down. I was like, she's talking to Goldie.
No, you know what you did? What I said to her, Dave? I said to her, what's it like with the sheer weight of him on top of you? Just like, God. She said you've been out fucking jogging and doing like normal stuff. What's going on with you?
Fucking hell, Spells.
Oh, God. What a day.
Where are you? In Thailand?
No, I'm sitting in the studio in in my fucking underpants as I do.
Jesus, wet he is.
Fucking supreme undies. I'm in me with studio. Look at that, go have some of that. Fucking have some of that. Fucking I am. I'm in the studio, which is in the basement of the house. It's like my man cave.
Where? In Thailand?
I'm in Phuket, Thailand. We built this place about 10 years ago, and we kind of moved in after a 2-year build. It's always been our place. Me and my wife came to visit. I never thought I'd live here, and when I got here, I thought, "Fuck, I'm definitely." It was a dream for us, and I was at the peak of my addiction. I was fucked. I was just coming out of a divorce, and I just had enough. And instead of top myself, I've just met this wonderful woman at dinner in Shanghai, and we ended up coming here. And me and the missus, and we've got a lovely 11-year-old. Been happily married, and having a great time. And I just spend most of my time, it was weird because I came here to fucking retire. That never happened. I had 3 years, and all of a sudden I did fuck all, and it just went nuts again. This mad renaissance. I mean, jungles everywhere again. DMP's like this uncle under the stairs. It was like the uncle at the barbecue that people invite. That don't bring Uncle Goldie to the barbecue. Kids on the But of course, DMP's on everyone's lips again, and it's renaissance and it's great. British genre. Is worldwide again. But yeah, we came here and I started producing again, and I've got a gallery in Bangkok with my partner Gary, which is called the Aurum Art Gallery, and all my friends from around the world with contemporary art. And I was just there for the last 2 days. But we're in Phuket, so Bangkok, we've got the gallery. We're down here in the south on the island, and I just bum around and do a lot of mountain walks, a lot of hiking. I do a lot of hiking up here.
What is your? I was just about to say actually. My eldest son's 20.
Yeah,
and he said to me a couple of months ago. He said, "I'm going to go travelling," and he keeps saying it for about a year. And so when he said it this time, I said, "Right, I'm buying you a plane flight," and he went, "Oh fuck." But he's coming to Thailand in January.
Well, tell him to come down. We'll look after him. We'll point him in the right direction.
Just keep your trousers on, son.
I'm definitely he's definitely going to keep his wallet, because he'll be down Patong in a minute. Down in Patong, they all want to go. It's like the old Disney World now. It's turned into Disney down there. It's like people travel to Phuket and they go to what's called Bangla Road, and it's of course the girls, right? It's the road in Phuket where all the girls are. But it's become like, it used to be really seedy, but it's now turned into like Disney. Like there's families with fucking buggies going down there and all these birds hanging out. You know what I mean? Because it's become this weird kind of place, for people to go and see the girls of Patong. But it's a bit weird. But you see young guys coming here.
Would you take him to the girls of Patong, my son?
I will get James, my partner in crime, who's my engineer. When he comes here, we do projects in here. We do album projects. He's come 4 days to do a Goldie album. We're going to start for the fall. And he always ends up, we end up recording for like 3 intense weeks, and then he goes just off to Patong, and he comes back like 4 days later. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
Well, if you time it right, you can send your son over then, David. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
He'll never be the same. You realise I'll be the uncle at the stairs. You're like, when I go
look on his face.
Yeah. What do you do when you say you're writing an album? Yeah. What do you actually do? Are you playing on keyboards and coming up with drum beats?
The equipment. Yeah, what I do is I kind of reverse engineer everything. Like I've just overseen a project with Adam Betts, my drummer. He's an amazing drummer from the Heritage Boys. In his own right, he's got this mad squid band with this kind of fucking crazy stuff he does, and he's been touring with loads of different artists. But he's been my drummer for a while, so I'll record drum sessions. Then I'll bring all of that stuff.
Hang on a minute. When you do that with him. Does he just? Do you have an idea and say, right? Can you do something like that? And then say, now change that.
Say it again. And I'll just record loads of fucking recordings, usually on this, and I'll put it all together, all vocals. I'll write. There's vocal books everywhere here. I'll be writing stuff out and doing stuff and lyrics, and we just put some beats together, put them on loop, swirl like dervishes, as they say, and start putting together this music. I mean, We've done 5 albums here. We did the Journeyman here. We did the Subjective album here. We did the soundtrack from our TV series. which hopefully will get picked up this year. So we've been very busy. I mean, I kind of, like I said, came in to retire, but I think I really came in to remap myself, to kind of rebirth is the word I'd like to use.
You said your TV show. What's your TV show?
I always wanted to do, when I made Timeless in 95, whenever the fuck it was.
95.
I'd always had the idea that Timeless was a television show. It was a story about a boy who could change everything, and he was true to the cause. And I was like, well, that could sound like a fucking disaster. But it was a coming of age thing. So I spent the last 7 years writing. Instead of writing Inner City Life, I wrote Timeless. I wrote the whole 21 minutes. In other words, I wrote 6 episodes, which you kind of don't do in TV. You get a pilot and you do that.
Yeah.
Stevie G, my best mate. Stevie's been a part of this for a while. He's going to be one of the main leads. He plays he plays a DI.
Stephen Graham.
Yeah. Stevie's a good lad. Top boy. So Stevie's going to play his DI who's got a missus in the hood, and he's got a mixed race kid, but we're all chasing this really horrible cunt who we grew up with, who just wanted more. But it's really it's 3 stories intertwined. It's a tragic Shakespearean tale of, it's a condition called temporal lobe dysfunction, which is no one ever knows about it. It's never on anyone's radar, but it's an acute type of epilepsy, but there's no cure for it. So I found this wonderful device, which I'm kind of suffer from a little bit, where I've always been fascinated with time. And from having a lot of trauma and growing up in the care system, the amount of trauma that I'd fucking got with sexual abuse and all this madness and violence, we become desensitized to it. So I wanted to have this kind of semi-autobiographical story of this kid called Tristan. His nickname's True. It's very difficult to call a True in a screenplay unless you're going to fucking own it. But the idea of having this beautiful device where he comes of age, where he's got 3 packs of playing cards, all of these things happen to him, but when did they happen? So his timeline's not linear. So the audience know that from episode 1 that he's mentally ill because his mother's been dragged out of a doctor's because she's on the gear. And it becomes this wonderful story of hope with him coming of age and bringing down his stepfather, which is the nemesis. So you've got that story. You also got the story of me going to New York when I was 18, which I did.
How'd you do that at 18?
Well, I got on a fucking plane on fucking whenever Richard Branson had a fucking airplane.
But that takes some.
But I lived in a village in Surrey. And I wouldn't step out my front door. Like, how'd you just fuck off to?
It was just hip hop culture, you know. I mean, we were following hip hop culture at a young age, and that's what I love about this. It's some of your guess, it's a juxtapose, isn't it? It's a different world.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of familiarities. You know, we're creatives, right? So I just got the bug of looking at hip hop videos and thinking this place in New York and all these videos of people breakdancing, and then I saw graffiti and it fucking blew my mind. These trains moving around New York with these letters on.
What year was this?
83, 84 was in New York. So it was like, you know, you're there and it's very Freudian, like New York, the smell of brake dust and pizza. You know what I mean? And it's like, fuck, in New York. And then going to because I always thought New York was just Manhattan, right? And then my mate's like, yo, fuck that, let's go to the Bronx. So I end up going to the Bronx thinking, oh my God, it's like fucking Vietnam. Because it was quite level then, the Bronx. It wasn't built in the way that it was now. You know, in the 70s, in the late 70s, the place was set alight by the landlords. To, you know, because it was fucked. The city was bankrupt. But out of, you know, where no one would know Lotus, right? So out of that, all of that demise, this great culture called hip hop came out, and that involved a lot of things: the music, the rap, the breakdancing, and the graffiti, and the rest is history. I was standing on the fucking shoulder of giants, mate, for the last 35 years. And that was great.
So from there, did you come back and go, right, I'm going to make music?
Yeah, no, I know, not at all. That came later. I didn't make a record till like 27. I just came back. I was a graffiti writer in the Midlands. But I mean, could you imagine being in Stanton's fucking cake shop going, yeah. I came back from New York in like a light blue baby blue goose down with a white fur collar with Puma States, fat laces, baseball cap like that, in the middle of Northampton with gold teeth. It didn't fit anymore.
Yeah. Goldie, can I ask a quick question?
Go ahead.
How have you got such a good body, but you're eating like a pan of chocolate?
Because, well, it is.
But that annoys me, though.
It does, doesn't it? As spelt it is. Spelt. No, do you know what it is? It's you know what it is? I'll tell you what it is. It's because of all of the healing. I've been doing yoga for 13 years.
Have you?
Yoga's my go-to, mate. Yeah, yoga's been my saviour. I've been doing hot yoga for 13 years, and I fucking hated it the first 6 months. But my mate said, "Look, you're used to clubs. You play in clubs. It's hot, sticky," and I just, there's a mirror in front of you, and you start seeing the ugly fucking you, and realising it's not about the weight loss. It's about engaging your mental mind and being involved in a lot of trauma. I quickly kind of took to it because it was kind of painful, if that makes any sense. And it's kind of like, but it was painfully nice in a way, and it started getting better and better. And then you start to kind of, the weight comes down, but it wasn't just the weight. I mean, I'll tell you what it was. One of the surprises of it was, it wasn't the gym where all these fucking big cunts are looking at you, thinking, you twat. He's going there going, I wonder if you're looking. And I started seeing big people I was in really good shape, thinking, yeah, big Charlie, big bollocks. And I started seeing people that were really like weighty, and they were doing stuff that I couldn't fucking believe. And I'm thinking, this doesn't make sense. It's like a travelator stopping, and you know when humans walk on travelators, they just walk weird when it stops, don't they?
Yeah.
Really weird fucking. But the mind can't do it. It was a bit like that. Like I couldn't work it out. And the guy, this wonderful guy called Paul Dobson, is a black guy from Leicester who was living down here. He came to me after about 4 or 5 times, and he went, "Listen, can I pull you aside?" He goes, "Listen, leave your fucking ego at the door, mate. Put it in a suitcase, leave it at the door, because you're trying too hard. It's not the fucking gym. You got to breathe." And I started breathing. Do you know what I mean? Because I never breathe. I'm always a million fucking miles an hour, but I do meditate, and I do breathe, and I do a lot of yoga, and that's the story in me for 13 years. It's been amazing doing that.
What's the change? I've spoken to Lee Mack about. He swears by meditating. He meditates every day. What's the difference between what changes when you meditate? Because I don't really. I spoke to him briefly about it, but he just has to meditate every day. Otherwise, he says he sort of goes off the rails a bit.
Off the rails. Well, the type of meditation I've been into is TM, which is transcendental meditation, and I think the trick is, people think meditation is about, oh my God, you're going into this place and it's going to be so zen. You're going to get all the chatterbox, right? You're going to get all the fucking, and you've just got to keep. It's different with TM because you have a word. You get given a word, and it's a 2-tiered word that you repeat, and you keep that in your mind, and you keep on the word, and you keep, and it speeds up, it slows down, but you start going into it. If you do it enough, you will go into it, and you start to just, I don't know, I can't explain it. It's a bit like trying to explain what a mushroom trip is. It's a bit difficult. Sorry, guys.
What is a mushroom trip? I haven't done one.
Okay.
It takes a little sippy.
I'll get me coat. I love it. It's a good. I think it's a good thing. The meditation is good, and it's you just do like half an hour is a good threshold. And you stay in that Zen kind of fucking space. Because I used to think, I'm just going to pretend to meditate and fall asleep, and I end up snoring. And the wife's going, you're fucking snoring. It's not the same. I'll wake up and meditate. So it's kind of like, well, what's the point in that? Wake up, sit in a chair, close your eyes, and just go into the mantra. It's like, everyone's got their own thing. And I think the thing I have realised living in Thailand, just get a belief system, man. If it works for you. That's what it's about.
What is that? Pan of chocolate?
No, it's my wife's banana cake.
Cool.
No sugar?
Watch you do that all day. Look at
it.
No, I can't be fucked now. Have you been in the Queen Vic pub?
I have been in the Queen Vic pub.
How big is it in real life?
David has a slight obsession with the size of sets. Basically, you might have to walk him through pace by pace when you come in the door. How many? Yeah, walk us round the set.
Well, it's in a line. It's in a line.
God, I love
this. Sets.
Can I just say, I never thought Goldie would be telling me how long the bar is. In the Queen
I sort of knew it would get to this point.
This is the pinnacle of our. This is it.
Yeah.
Here's another thing. The Queen Vic. It started disappointing because your bubble just goes. It pops. It really does. Because you get to the set, and you think, you know when you're watching all these scenes, and then you start seeing these places and the fascias.
Yeah.
When you go into the Queen Vic, you kind of walk around the back, and it's just a shell, and you really, you get.
But that's exactly what Dave. You're obsessed with what's behind things on sets, aren't you, Dave?
Well, I'm obsessed with thinking that everything's real. I think I quite like the bubble popping.
You like the idea of walking through a door and knowing where the camera can't see, don't you?
Right, yeah. Well, I'll tell you what's really weird is that I've actually got. Remember Tiffany's fucking. What was good was that Tiffany had this thing, with Tiffany. What was her name? And she died, didn't she? Well, there was a fake coffin that I ripped the thing off. I had that, so I got that somewhere.
You've got Tiffany's coffin.
Yeah, I nicked Tiffany's fucking
Most
plaque.
people just walk off with a pint glass.
He was only stuck on an emo stick. I just ripped the fucker off. And
Someone watched you do that and didn't
they didn't, mate. They lived up on Wolverhampton, mate. No one saw anything.
Yeah.
If I'd seen you do that, I wouldn't have said anything.
Yeah, just let him have it.
He was always going to nick the coffin lid.
I did get ripped, though. I got ripped a lot after that because all my mates went, "Why are you talking like that? Why are you like, you got something, Angel? Have you got something wrong with your throat?" It was a little bit like that. And then we had to do this run through the square, and you had to run in slow motion. You had to run like you were running, but it wasn't a run, and it was like really weird.
Why did you have to run in slow mo?
Because the camera can't get you, but it's been gone. It was like you got to pretend you're running after someone. TV run, which is really scary. But the other interesting thing was there was a club called E14.
That's it.
When they tried to spruce up and get rid of the kid.
Lovely little club.
I never the great club. Never played that. But I do remember. Now my thing with my mates was, "Go on, G, do it." And I got loads of fucking Metalhead stickers on the bottles behind the bar.
Did you?
And I'm still, if you look at old episodes, they're there, man, in the back. Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Fucking gets in there. So the number 10, Buckingham Palace, fucking E14 club, gets in there.
Have you been in Buckingham Palace?
Yeah, I'm not going to say where.
You got an MPE, didn't you?
I did, but Massive Bell End. Yeah, I did get the Massive Bell End badge.
Massive Bell End.
It is in there. It is in there. I got that and a massive scoop of gravel.
Did you?
What, you took gravel from the palace?
Oh yeah, from the floor, you gravel outside.
You're not worried that might have looked a bit weird as well? Like
no,
you're walking out with your badge.
I did the faking of the shoe thing, like I was on when I was escape things. I'm just doing the reverse by taking the gravel out.
Yeah, you did it the other way. You put it up your trousers.
No, I did. Well, I put it in my pockets and a few of my socks. But I have got it. I've got it now. Gravel.
Where's the gravel now?
I can show it. Do you want to see it?
Yes, 100%, please.
Yeah, fucking hell.
I'll go and show you the gravel. I've got it somewhere. It's up here. I'll go and get you the gravel.
He's still in his pants. I'm getting a picture of him coming back with the gravel. Oh, dear.
Is this gravel from outside the palace?
Yeah.
You could probably put your hand through the...
Oh, I don't know if you get. I'll tell him that in a minute. You can probably do it walking past.
Or take the gravel from outside.
What if he takes about 45 minutes? What do we do?
Brings in a big ton bag. Oh, flipping out.
I'm really interested in his studio. Look at that. That looks cool, doesn't it?
I absolutely love it. Love it.
You hear him coming back.
Yes, one pod of gravel. So it's the Holy Grail.
What?
It's the Holy Grail. The Holy Grail of Buckingham Palace in my hand. Yeah, I've got a few of these. Oh, that's one.
What I love about that...
Oh, no, he's lost it.
Don't lose your gravel. What I love about that was... 2 days before, someone went down B&Q and bought a load of gravel out the front, and you got down.
It was just this thing about having this gravel, because I did actually think about that, and I thought, go to one of the corners, because it'll be older gravel.
You didn't rush in then?
I didn't rush in.
Yeah.
And then I backed it up and got the sticker in there, which is good. House of Lords, Buckingham Palace, Number 10. Yeah, good.
So are you liking it in Thailand then? Is there a bit of you that wants to... Are you missing here?
No, I mean, I was just there. I did the summer. I toured. I'm fucking smashing it, you know. I did 57 gigs. We did Ronnie Scott's. We did this, you know, the 7 live shows.
What's that like, DJing? What's that like?
No, this is the live shows. This is the live keyboard.
Right.
So we had, Adam Betts on fucking drums, Dan Nichols on the percussion. We had 4 singers, you know, on keyboards, James on keyboards, bass player. Yeah, we smashed it, man. Had a good old fucking time. I'm doing it again in August, actually. We're doing it every year now, Ronnie, because we did 4 shows, 2 nights, and it was a lovely gig. And then I've just got back from the US, and that was the DJing stuff. And it's been lovely, man. It's been a real kind of renaissance, if you like.
What do you prefer doing? Your own music?
Oh yeah, I mean, the label's 30 years old next year. I love the label. But I'll play all of the integral D&B music. We don't play any of the cheesy bollocks. It's not us. It's never been my fucking thing. I hate it. But it's all my mates from around the world. We've been known for 30 years. You know what I mean? We support each other, and we've got our own little thing going on. I guess it's the northern soul of the modern times in that respect. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of music there. And I'm seasoned.
What about going to bed late? Because obviously DJ, you have to go. Obviously DJ, and it starts late, doesn't it?
I'm in bed by 10.
Yeah, me too.
Mate, I was in bed at 9 last night. It's the weirdest thing. I'm in that weird. As soon as I turned 57, for the last 4 years, I do 3 hours. I'm Margaret Thatcher. Yeah, I'm in Margaret Thatcher land.
You slept for 3 hours.
I do 3-4 hours. That's all I do.
And you feel all right on that?
I feel all right, but I do it in 2 halves. Go in 2 halves, you know. So I'll have a little fucking 3-hour nap in the afternoon. I'll have it, you know. Like last night, I woke up at 2:30 and played Xbox with my fucking mates, because that's what I do. We get up and we play. You know, we get on Call of Duty, and there's Lordy and Kristen, and you know, they're all normal people. One's a train driver, one's a fucking works at Drayton Manor Park, you know. And we've been on the game. We've been gaming for like nearly 20 years, right. You know. And so it's just normal stuff where you just talk shit about the world, and you know, and it gets us away in our little man caves. But it's a bit of an escape, apart away from all of the kind of DJing, you know, all that stuff. It's like a hobby. So we do that. So I was in bed at 5, then I got up 7 at 8. Yeah, so I had 3 hours, got up at 8, and then after I've done this, I'll have another little fucking cat nap. I had one now, actually, yeah. I'm napping all the fucking time.
If you want to leave the webcam on, we'll happily watch you.
Watching while he sleeps. I always wonder when I come home from clubs when I was younger, though, and you'd see like a little... You come out, you know, you get a taxi, you're piling there and out of a cab, and you see a little fucking light on, and you see an old man scuttling in the kitchen. And I think, you sad fuck. Now I'm like, that's it.
I thought that was going to be quite a romantic story. That's a bit. I thought you were going to say a little tear ran down your face.
A little tear.
Said sad fuck.
Sad fuck.
That took a
Talking
turn.
of which, you know, ravers. I was saying to your missus, you know, I think the thing about England when you said, "Do you miss it?" I had the opportunity to live in New York, Miami, because my dad's from Miami. And 10 times over, green card, all of that. And I just thought, fuck off, I want good bacon and eggs. And I just love English ravers, man. You know, they are a breed of their own. You know, going to Donington Park in the 90s, and you got all these guys walking around with no fucking shirts on, and they're just freezing cold, just gurning out their heads. And you think, he's got to work at QuickFit on Monday. Yeah. But, you know, they just turn up. But there's one of our lot, we call him Paul Jubei, his name is. And he's infamous, this fucker. He's been on my label. First time I ever met him, he's from Dorset originally. Lived in a caravan, just going around the country in different caravans, because he's kind of like his family work at the fair, and he's always the one that gets completely shit faced. Like he'll play a gig, and I'm like, Paul, he's playing for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and he's completely hammered, but he plays a fantastic set. And I'm like, can he even play fucking straight, this guy? But he's amazing. But he would always find him at a festival at Outlook. We'd always find him like face down with his arms by his side, like in the mud. And he just get up and start all over.
Here he is.
Come on, Paul. Come on, Paul. But we, you know, and it's I think the characters that I've met within this industry you can't beat them.
Right, I've got to ask you, Goldie. I've got to ask you. Joe can probably guess. Have you ever met Robert Smith?
Oh, from Cure?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Oh, here we go. David's little face.
Really? He's a really lovely guy. Oh. He's a really lovely guy. He's a really good guy. I'll tell you, why don't you get him on the show? He's a bit shy though. No, he's very, very shy. But I think I don't know. But I'll tell you what though,
he's not going to come on in his pants.
He ain't going to give you the full. He's not going to give you the full on, is he? He's not going to give you that.
Hello, Jesus wept.
I'll tell you what though. I'll tell you who's not nice and he's a bit of a cunt. He's Morrissey, that fella.
Yeah. I met him. Have you met Morrissey?
Oh, mate, listen, we did a fucking festival and we kind of accidentally chipped into his room. He's like, oh, you've all got to come out. You've all got to come out. These fucking interviews. I'm like, mate, chill out. We just fucking do music. So I thought, I know what you do. He went on stage and me and my mate got fucking loads of ham from our rider and we stuck it under the sofa. Where he was in his room, he's sitting on a fucking bed of ham.
Is he?
Where he's sitting there going, you got sausages under your arse, got loads of fucking ham. Just giggling to myself, you'll never know. Maybe if you watch his podcast, he might fucking know. Have that, biscuit, have that.
He's a massive chatter biscuit.
Yeah, it's just, it's all that fucking, come on, man. Don't take yourself so fucking seriously.
No, he's hard work, isn't he?
Hard work, mate. It's hard work. It's another vegan thing. I don't know. I guess in one way it is because we were eating cardboard in the fucking 80s and 90s, weren't they? But now the food's gone a lot better. Sorry, vegans, but Beyond Burgers, and they're amazing. I do eat plant-based myself, but the choice of food was boring back then. I guess maybe that was...
Beans and potatoes, wasn't it, until about 2010. Yeah, grim.
No, sorry, Joe.
No,
sorry, go on.
Come on, keep going. Come on.
Yeah.
All food is... How often? All the thing that keep going in my head is, how often do you think, Christ, the amount, how bananas, just like we just said to you, oh, do you know Robert Smith? Yeah. I'll tell you who's a knob.
Have you got gravel from Buckingham Palace? Yeah.
Yeah, do you ever
have you got gravel from Mortimer Smith Steve House as well? For you getting celebrity grit.
Well, it's fishy. But like you must go every now and then, just go, okay, now it's been bananas up to now, isn't it? The last 50
I'll tell you what it is. I do pinch myself because if I always think of it like this in perspective. When I'm in London and you go down the road and go, where are you going? It's the white van guys, all the workers. If you ask them what I do, they'll be like, oh, it's just Goldie, innit? He just does that stuff. What's he do? Well, I don't know, just stuff. It's Goldie, innit? I've just become the fucking part of this thing. And I think that if I take my name away from it, I'm a boy who's had a really fucking mental, some of the things I've experienced. I'm thinking, I need some simulation. I remember getting a call from, we turned up at my mate, he was a guy called Josh Evans, who's Robert Evans' son. And Robert Evans' son is a producer in Chinatown, The Godfather, and he wrote a book called The Kid Stays in the Picture, really fucking amazing book. And Josh and me, my old manager always tells me off for this. He says, when people ask what happened to you in America in the 90s, because I told the head of K-Rock to go fuck himself, because I was with this guy, and he's into loads of weed, and I was into coke, loads of it. Like, we were like two opposite worlds of fucking yin and yang. And we went to this dinner, and my manager wasn't going to be there, and he got Madonna's manager, George Dukakis, whatever his fucking name is, to look after the meeting. And he's got, make sure that Goldie doesn't go off fucking piece. Keep him, this is going to be catapult him into the US with, you guys on the radio need to play his music. So it doesn't happen. Me and Josh turn up, and I'm fucking wired, and he's off his tits on the most powerful weed ever, and we just gang up on this guy, and basically go tell him to go fuck himself. And what happened was, it was that Josh has said to me, listen, you got to meet Val, man. Val's a big fan, man. And it was Val Kilmer who was talking about, and I thought, I'll have a bit of Batman.
Yeah.
And so, it's a true story. So, we'd arranged from the tour, we'd finished this first tour with Jane's Addiction.
No, fucking
sorry, it was the first tour. It was the Bjork tour first, Jane's Addiction second. But on the first tour, I ended up playing in Philly, and he said to me, look, we're going to fly to LA, and when we go to LA, Val's going to meet you, and we're gonna hook up in LA. And I'm like, all right, cool. So he comes to the show. So we meet, and he goes, right, we're gonna meet at Chateau Mau Mau after, which is the same room that Belushi OD'd in.
Oh,
right?
I went there this year.
Did you go there? Right,
yeah, the restaurant and the hotel. Yeah.
But
you're in the actual room he OD'd.
The room is 1010. Yeah, it's 1010. So I turned up with Josh, and I've already seen him at the show in Philly because he comes to watch us DJ and all that. And now he's in LA. He's like, yeah, you're in my town. Let's go. Because he's got his suite. He's got the room there, right? So I fucking walk in there with Josh, and it's full of fucking candles. And I'm thinking, I'm going to get fucking bummed here by Val Kilmer if I'm not careful. Do you know what I mean? Really,
that's what happens to me this summer. Yeah.
It's a story, isn't it? It's a story.
But at the time I was really, on my own admission, I was really weird back then. Like,
I've been a little bit paranoid.
I was like, you better fuck off, mate, you know. But he wasn't. He had, and when he's talking like, yo, man, tell me about Timeless, and tell me about the music and how you get inside. And it was the fucking weirdest thing. And he was all about making a charity fucking free film. And I swear to you, hands down, he says, hold on a second, man. And he fucking calls Ted Turner, the head of Warner. Remember Ted Turner? And he gets Ted Turner on the phone. And I'm like, who the fuck's this? And I've got no idea who the fuck this is. He's like, it's me, hey, Goldie, it's Ted. I'm like, Ted who? It's like, Ted who? He's like, it's Ted Turner. I'm a friend of Val's. Val tells me a lot about you. I'm like, yeah, cool. I'm like, where's that gear gone? You know, but, you know, so, and then after that, we had this mad thing where I got so fucking off my face, I'd missed the plane back to.
But when you say that, what does that look like? What are you doing? Where are you?
Absolutely, yeah. What have you done that you've missed getting a plane?
Where are you?
Oh, I've done like an 8 for gear, and I've done fucking a bottle of vodka, and I've probably done some pills of some sort.
What are you physically doing? Are you in a nightclub? Are you wandering the earth?
No, I'm on a sofa, you know, carrying with a dribbling on myself. And all of a sudden I woke up. I'm in a hotel room thinking, you know, I'm like, what year is this? I'm Charlton Heston. What year is this? Where am I? What the fuck I'm doing? And I'm really, really off my tits. Thinking, fuck, I'm off my tits. And then I get a phone call from Max. I missed the plane and there was a private party where Val Kilmer's then been invited to the White House. This is when Bill Clinton was in power. And he's sitting there going, Goldie, man, they're inside with the Secret Service, inside with Josh and him, going, where the fuck are you, man? You never turned up. I'm like, one thing I missed was Bill Clinton's party. So, yeah, cocaine's a hell of a drug, man.
But you had a nice night anyway.
I had a great night.
Super.
Fuck it anyway. He was sucking like he was doing all that when he fuck it. But but going back to the point, yeah, it has been a bit.
I don't know what the point was, to be honest.
I just keep thinking we're like two peas in a pod, nearly.
Hello, Chatter Biscuits and Chatter Biscuits with nuts, etc. If you're enjoying this podcast, you need to get on our Patreon. You will get early access to ad-free episodes. There'll be videos and behind-the-scenes sneaky pics. Basically a place where we all hang out together. And also, you'll be given instant access to our Discord community, which is a friendly place where Chatter Biscuits share stuff and talk to one another. It's like a nice Twitter, basically. So just go to patreon.com/chatterbix. Also, Patreon is also an app you can download onto your phone. All for the price of a coffee. Once a month, you pay a few quid, and you become a VIP Chatter Biscuit. That's what you like. Sign up at patreon.com/chatterbix. The link is in the description of this episode. There, done. But do you know what? There's over 1,000. We've got over 1,000 patrons at the moment.
Right. Let's do it. Patreon. Give it to me. Patreon. I need it, girl. Patreon. it to me. Patreon, I need it, girl. Patreon.com, y'all. Patreon.com, y'all. Patreon, give it to me. Wow. Patreon, I need it, girl. Patreon, give it to me.
Take it though. How did your body withstand all that shit?
And keep your figure.
To be that's not doing lots of gearing or eating for a week, you daft cunt.
Right. Sorry. Yeah, sure.
I looked back, and there was a difference. I was drawn back then. I looked very drawn back then. And,
I don't want to say something, but
yeah. But you gotta admit, man. You know, when you look at the, I think the 90s it makes the 60s look like fucking kiddie fair. It really does, because the 90s it was a powerful motherfucker, because there's a massive change in the 90s we'd never had before. The internet, you know, all of this massive change, technology is fucking, but the 90s was fucking insanely crazy. I mean, I look back on it thinking, fuck me, that was a blur. But I guess people in the 30s said the same thing with Prohibition, or the 20s, the roaring 20s. You know, I guess every generation, but the difference is that each one of those decades never had the technology that was so forward in the way that our technology is now. What you can do. I read this thing yesterday. Fucking Elon Musk has got this fucking chip that you can put in your fucking brain that can read your fucking thoughts. No, thank you. Can you imagine having a fucking speaker that just blurts out what you fucking thinking?
I think it would sound exactly like this.
yeah, would you come on if you do get it done?
Oh, please! If we paid for it, if we buy the chip,
all of you, bunch of cons, get his beard, shave his beard, put it on his bollocks, whatever you want to do. Yeah. The things I come out with, because I think if we're really honest about this, most of us as humans, if we're walking down the street from A to B, it's heaven and hell. You know, you want to fucking crush this guy's head and help this old lady across the fucking road. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. Is that not something you guys get?
We have to get older.
What could be your robot? Could be a robot remix. That could be the fucking remix version.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Let's have Chip Fridays.
Chip Fridays.
Sit there and tell us his thoughts.
Goldie, what are your top 3 favourite songs of all time?
Oh God.
You got a gun to your head.
Your gun to my head.
I'm not doing it. David is. David's got the gun to.
No, and not a problem for me. It would probably be fucking hell. They shift on a daily basis, but today I will give you my top 3 would be First Circle by Pat Metheny as my first piece. And then you're going, what the fuck is that? My second piece,
but I'm thick as picture when it comes.
My second piece would probably be Today, because it changes, like I said. Would probably be Today would be, because I've been listening to it on loop this morning, with Spectre by Radiohead. I think it's an excellent piece of music. And the third piece would be oh God. Oh, so this is my song. Was it today? Outstanding by Kenny Thomas.
Okay.
3 absolutely weird as fuck. Go out there, guys, and listen to them. Might be thinking, what the fuck is that? What are your 3 today? There you go.
Go on, David. I'm not.
Go on, David. Show us, David. Show us your prowess, David. What is it going to be?
Yeah, go on, David. What is it?
Well, it's been lovely having you.
I think if I told you mine, Goldie, you would genuinely go,
what would be yours?
Well, it's a long-standing joke that I'm a terrible taste in music. Well, not terrible. I have my own taste in music. I really like Roachford. Look at the silence.
What's he going to do? I bet he brings Roachford in. He's gone. He's gone to bed. He's having his 3-hour nap.
I felt genuinely sick telling him that.
Fucking awful. Do you know what? Let's not ask that question, man. Fucking hell, man.
This was going so well. I also like Radiohead and the other two you said.
Just lowered my level completely. Yeah.
Hell.
No, I've got nothing else to do. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll book signing anytime you want. When you want. Oxford. I wish one of you cunts loves the Lighthouse family. It's got to be one of you.
It's this guy.
It's going to be him. I knew it. He's the guy who's sitting there going, mate, fucking Coldplay. Oh man, fucking brilliant.
Got some lovely tunes. Lovely tunes.
Yeah,
you don't know how much I'm enjoying this section.
It's fucking hell. He's just seeing him swarming at that
I'm feeling shit about myself.
You know what you should do? You just reverse a bus over your legs at some point. That's what.
Yeah.
Well,
I've got another question.
Come on with the questions. Come on with the question before I start talking about his wallpaper. Come on.
Can you make it in the music industry can one make it in the music industry without have you got to be an incredible musician to make it?
No, I don't. I've never been able to actually play an instrument in that respect. I can tap the keys a little bit, but it's just about having, now with technology, you can, if you've got an idea, songwriting has been a thing for me for years, and organising sound or humming a melody and getting musicians to play it. That's always been my gift. Arranging sound. Because of painting, because I paint, I kind of design. It's all done before in my head.
Are you saying like structuring a song, that kind of thing?
I'll just go and get you one.
Oh, fucking hell! I'm sorry, Steve Davis, but this is the best interview we've ever done.
Apart from the bit where I was told
did you not like that bit?
No, I just want him to really like me.
Here's one that I got framed.
What's that?
That's a song structure.
What?
It's a big diagram. Yeah, it's actually the piece that I did at the Albert Hall with an orchestra, and I just drew it all out, the structure. See there? I know it's a big mad fucking map.
I don't understand that.
What?
It wouldn't, but it's called a legend. You know when you get a legend and you have a map. I just created a legend. It's basically, I'll try and get my assistant to send you a picture of it so you can see if you want to insert it into your podcast.
Oh.
But you just, it's like anything, man. You, as a painter, James.
Good morning.
Can you say hello, James?
Hello, James.
No, say hello to Joe and Dave on the old podcast there.
No way.
Hey!
He's a big fan. So, James, you got to speak up, James.
Yeah, crunch, guys.
Hey! It's a crunch.
Yes.
Love a crunch.
Yeah. To all those fucking haters.
James,
what a moment.
They want to see your face and see how kind of, that look of disgust on your face. And I was telling him that when you come here, he was saying to me he's going to send his son here to Thailand in January. And I said, don't send him out with James. Do not send your son out with Big Five.
He looks like he doesn't look like the kind of man who'd go off the rails.
I trust that guy.
That's the fucking problem. People busting in bars and they end up losing passports and never getting back to the USA.
Right.
Look how innocent he looks.
Is that what they look like?
Is that what wrong uns look like?
He'll disappear for 4 days on end. Anyway, these guys put me up for you. Like, they're going, you Goldie, you haven't lived unless you listen to Chatterbix.
Oh,
hey.
Gossip monger.
That's I'm not going to cry.
Thank you, James.
Thank you,
James. We're going to reconvene, all right? It's going really well. I'm going to see you in 4 days. I did what you dared me to. I did it in my underpants.
James has got a hell of a view then, didn't he?
James, he always gets a hell of a view, this one does. See you later.
Bye, James.
He's going to dine out on that. Listen, he's my little brother. I've trained him like a Jedi. Where were we? Yeah.
Did you grow up with Stephen Graham? Did you grow up with him?
No, I've just known him for fucking ever. I met Stevie at some weird, mad party somewhere. I think we were both off our fucking tits to the side. But that's it. Then I met him on Snatch, and he turned out to be a really good mate on Snatch. And it was great because we've been friends ever since. And his missus is amazing. The kids, Gracie and Alfie, he's got an amazing family. And he's one of those guys that I think, you look at Albert Finney, you know, you look at great British actors, right? And I think that he's one of the greatest we've ever had. I mean, the roles that he's done, you know, Virtues is a tough fucking watch. Yeah. But it's really, you know, you look at all the stuff of Ken Roach and all those famous British gritty directors, but he's second to none, and he's just a great guy. And, you know, I think what freaked me out, being a fanboy and doing this, or just being a fanboy for you guys, there's no difference. I know you're going to start being all, oh, fuck off. This is quite surreal, actually. This is near archives. Hello, Nia, you junglist, you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Hello, you little junglist. I see you making Meg win a little award for BBC yesterday. You get me? Do you want to read? This is going to freak you guys. Do you want to meet a real junglist now, guys?
Yes, yeah.
I'm doing my favourite podcast here. Look on that video right now, and you better say the word crunch, crunch. Come on, switch the video now. You better switch the video right now, or I'm not speaking to you ever again. Come on. This girl is near archive. She won an award yesterday. Oh. Her dad was into jungle years ago. She's been killing it at the minute, touring the world, doing really well. And she's from Manchester. And she's amazing. Get on this bloody. Oh, here she is. Here's Nick. Say hello to Near Archives, guys.
Hello.
Congratulations.
Hello, Nick. You recognise these bumps, right?
I'm 48.
You recognise these guys. I'll explain later, right? There's old enough to be a great granddad, this one is. The other one, not so much, but I tell them how trendy you are. Listen, I'm going to call when I finish, Bob. I'm so proud of you.
Is he proud of us?
I'll see you in a minute, right? Not proud of you. No, she's winning everything at the minute. So your son will know her. You'll go, Near Archives, no fucking way. Yeah,
God,
she's cool.
I feel like I've been taken to a cool party and I'm out of my depth. I'm just doing that.
I'm just dropping them like this, like that.
Yeah. Yes, I've lost some jugs. Thank you.
Yeah. Graham, look, the point I'm making is that it's the opposites, man. It's from that to that. I've always had these, just known all of these. I feel like I am a mushroom where I'm just connected to all of this mad thing, you know. And Stevie is. How can you be one of the greatest British actors we've ever had, but be really fucking down to earth? You could never meet a more down to earth guy. You couldn't.
How lovely! It's nice
whenever he's in anything, you just go, right, I'm watching it.
Yeah, I'm watching 100%. That. But also, remember, I've seen people change. I need to mention names, but I know people that are so socially awkward. I don't think it's their fault. No, but I don't think it's their fault that people can get so famous. They can be so socially awkward because he's used to it, because it's different. I know the internet's here. The other thing as well is that people think they know you because you're posting all this stuff. So you can't let your ego all of a sudden drop in there. It's when people go, oh man, don't take photographs. I'm like, fuck off, you knobhead. You're posting pictures of your belly button and then you were telling people not to take photographs. Fuck off and jog on. But I just think that the difference I feel is that by being down to earth and being in the world that I've always been in, I just love the fact that it's good to connect with everyone and be that guy. Like I said, take the name away, and if I've written a list of people that I've met or I've had dinner with, and I mean, even Ed Balls, that slimy fucking Labour politician. You know what I mean? What's a cunt? Yeah, you're a cunt. Yeah, maybe you might have to beat that for political reasons.
Put the volume up a little bit.
Yeah, turn it up a little bit. But I always remember doing this thing for him, and he was have to go to the Palace for the third time, and it was a Labour fucking big shindig at number 10, and it was you know when old Sobs, you know him, Gordon Brad. I kept looking at his mouth thinking, is he Gurney? It's down the email, because I've seen him on TV, but when you see him in person, it's like your fucking maths teacher who's got a little bit of a fucking tick. He starts dropping every word he said. At that point, that's when I went and put the metal sticker in number 10
on his face.
But then I went to do this thing, and I got this little fucking rat came along. He's like, there was one of the little kind of King Lear person go, Goldie, listen, Ed's short. He's got one of the social workers can't make it. He's ill. Would you address the social workers for me? So I went, oh, right. So what do you mean? So, yeah, it's a little 20 minutes to rally the troops. Right? All right, and I will. So I went and talked about being in the care system and, standing ovation. He's got, right, Ed Balls has gone, Goldie, thank you for doing that so much. Listen, let me take you for dinner. So we go for fucking dinner, right? So where do you want to go? I always go to the Ivy, the old one, the old Ivy, original Ivy. Go to the Ivy, and we're sitting down, and I'm, going in there and I'm waiting, and he's going to turn up, and then it goes, Goldie, your guest is here, it's Mr. Balls. All right, cool, come and sit down, because... But you always get the menu. Gets the menu. He orders fucking steak, right? And then I do my liver and bacon as I do. And he gets a little bottle of red, and he's thanking me for taking him out for dinner. We're fucking sitting down, and I'm eating the food, and he starts walloping back the fucking wine. I don't drink wine. He's walloping back the wine, and I'm just watching him go, and I just pick my moment. I lean into him, and I go, Ed, why politics? You know what he does? He goes, the power. I swear to God, as soon as he did that, I went, there he is. There's the devil, There's the devil. Yeah, it was like a really dark moment where the whole room went. The room went like that, right? And I just saw it. And anyway, I wrote a chapter in it. There's a book called All Things Remembered. And I actually named the chapter Ed Balls. It's a great chapter. It's very funny. But the fact is my mates have read this chapter and they're fucking rolling over on the floor with this book. But the chapter's about people that assume they have power. And it was the fact that when we finished the meal, and after we said that, the chattering of plates and stuff, we go, right, so we're good. Well, listen, we'll see you again then. And also, mate, I'll lean over, go, check, please. And he didn't fucking flinch. He just sat there.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting for him to, the body language, I'm waiting for him to go, yeah, got this. He didn't fucking move. And I thought at that moment, he's a cunt. He's always going to be a cunt, and fuck him. And I just took I went, there you go. And he didn't even do the thing where you go, no, I'll get it. Okay, fine. He didn't even do that. He just didn't. He just went, oh, thanks. And I thought from that moment, you're a cunt. You're a cunt, absolute cunt. So, yeah, that happened.
I'd love to just go to the end music, the outro.
Why don't you edit this for the end then? This is a great send-off. Gloucester's going to do well for Labour. We should just put the EastEnders music in there right now.
Oh, that's a great...
doom. Ed Balls, you cunt. That's what we heard.
Oh, God.
Right, we've got 10 minutes. What's it going to be? Let's think about this wonderful. Where we were talking about Stevie, we've got New Archive, we're talking about Paul Dubé, we're talking about James, my partner in crime. Val Kilner. We've covered a lot of ground here.
Well, yeah, right. I've got a question. It's not really fun, but I want to get your take. I'm nearly 50. I'm scared of getting old. You're getting closer to 60.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
It's all over. Pack your bags, you're fucked. No.
That's when you put the EastEnders thing in.
That's when you put No, I'll tell you what it is. You will. This is a fact. This is kind of. I struggled up to 50. From 48 to 50, I fucking struggled mentally. Like, for fuck's sake. 5-0, blow the bollocks, I'm going to fucking reach 50. And I really got depressed about it. And I started drinking again a little bit. I was like, oh. And then I kind of went, because I kind of moved it out of the drinking a bottle of fucking Russian Standard into a really expensive bottle of sake, because it's good. There's no sulfates in it for a start. So you still get woozy and you don't get fucking hammered. But as soon as I reached 50, I started reading about, there's a lot of kind of Buddhism things about, the golden movement, the return. You kind of get wiser. And there's a physiological change because, things change rapidly. Do you know what I mean? Like, and you start thinking about, you've got to exercise twice as much as you would do. So I always think it's good to kind of to start doing that anyway. But mentally, I thought I was kind of like, I felt really depressed for at least 6 months. But then I got to 50, then 51, and 52, and 53. It does accelerate as you get older. And the one thing I realised is, mate, my mum was a worrier. Don't fucking put yourself in the ground for every day is the first day of the last day of my life. It's the first day of the rest of my life. That's the way I look at it. You got to, man. And I mean, jokes aside, and we can make, I want to be really heartfelt here. It's what I felt in your character, regardless to the movie, which I felt was really beautiful. And if any of you guys haven't seen, Brian, what I felt was so beautiful about it. And of course, I haven't asked you about the writing process, but just you represent. You got to remember what you represent for a lot of guys that are that age, and also lots of guys in British society that are awkward, that couldn't find a space and felt like not connected to anything. You've championed that as well. You got to own that as well. You know what I mean? I don't know you, as far as acting's concerned. You've done a great fucking job, because this is probably nothing like your home life. But what it does represent, whether it's through experience, I think you've done something really truly amazing, because there's people like that just, the magic's there, wanting to make something out of nothing. So when I said to you at the very top of this podcast, there are a lot of similarities to people that are disenfranchised. Drum and bass people were always the scum on the pop industry shoes. We were like these kids that were making noise. But I do love,
going back to that, because they didn't understand it.
You understand it? Like anything that's meant on misunderstand. It's like, why is these cunts? Why are you building this fucking thing, this robot? It doesn't fucking work, or whatever the fuck it is. Like people that have always been in that position. So going back to answer your point in a full circle, that you're feeling these fears because mortality sets in. And it does. It sets it into, what have I done? Am I going to do? What am I doing with myself? And but you've achieved more than fucking most, man. And you're in a position where if you don't have those thoughts, you're not living. Yeah. You have to have this. You have to have these thoughts, and that's what meditation is. Because meditation, you get hammered with it. You get more of them, and it's about letting them enter the mind and leave the mind.
Yeah.
Because you'll just drive yourself fucking mad.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why on a serious note. So I think that you've, from when I got to 55, it's like a bit like Snakes and Ladders. It goes on a level for little Donkey Kong, and then it goes up another level, and you kind of feel its physical change, and it goes again. I mean, I woke up 2 years ago, and I got this like fizzing in my head. Like I go like this. I get like this fizzing in my fucking head, thinking, I said, oh my God, I'm already a hypochondriac. My mate Patrick, he says to me, mate, if you bang your fucking elbow, you broke your arm, you got a headache, I've got a fucking hemorrhage, I'm going to fucking die. And Patrick's like, have they sorted your fast lane out yet for Thailand? What do you mean? Because, your hypochondriac lane. Because I'm always going in and out of the hospital to see if anything's fucking wrong. Because I'm built on that kind of way of being. Do you know what I mean? Like everything. So I guess that the what I'm finishing off on is that 57 now, I'm kind of settled a little bit. You kind of get used to. And really, I've had a fucking great life. If I pop my clogs tomorrow, it'll be sad, but I might have 20, 30 in me. And if you think about how the last 20 have gone, let's get our fucking skates on and get busy and do some more damage.
I think I've fallen in love with you, Goldie.
I'm actually not available, but hey.
Bit on the side.
I'll tell you what now. If Val Killer tried it, we might even fucking
We'll do the next one with candles.
Get me on the bag with some candles. You never know, son.
Do you know what? We did a episode about 6 months ago with Steve Davis, and I always rate that as our best episode. You've just surpassed it.
No way! Fuck off!
Yeah.
I tell you what. There was the thing about Steve Davis and the other fella was Ray Reardon. I remember doing a TV show.
I love Goldie saying Ray Reardon.
I also love the fact you've got a story about Steve Davis and Ray Reardon.
I did. Yeah.
How is this possible?
No, I'll tell you what I did. I had a guy. I had him playing Paul with a pool shark from the East End on a TV show called For Real. It was made by Channel 4, and it was a pilot that never got made.
What, Ray Reardon?
Yeah, it was with Steve. It was Steve Davis, and I got him fucking whipped by this fella. for the East End. Yeah, I mean, and also Steve Davis. I think I've seen him in a few cubicles over the years at some point. There are some amazing characters that I've met, and some that I can't possibly remember. Yeah. But if I've surpassed Steve Davis, nothing else is real anymore.
Have you written an autobiography? Have you done that yet?
I've done 2. I've got the first one. Mate, where you been? The first one was called 9 Lives, and the second one was called All Things Remembered. The first one was How Big's Me Cock and Who You Shagged, and the second one was about becoming...
Well, we saw how big it was when you first stood up.
Yeah, well, still Bill Becker. But the second was settling and finding real, true kind of love.
That book. Let's go.
We want to know about your winkle and where it's been.
Fucking hell, that last book.
If that thing could talk.
Let's go back to the
Wow, brilliant. Oh, fucking. See, that's the fucking spirit, boys. Jesus Christ.
Oh,
well, Goldie,
thanks so much for coming on.
Thank you for coming on.
Man, listen, whatever I can do, I'm going to speak to Stevie. You should get Stevie on because he'd be great. He's had a fucking great life. Stevie's had a good life.
Do you know what I'd love to talk to him about? Because when I act, I'm sort of paralysed with fear. So I'd love to talk to him. Yeah, I'd love to talk to him about that.
Mate, and the thing is, he's down. I'll call him after this. He's a boy, mate, and he's it's really weird because you don't seem like it. I don't know how many takes you do on these things, but you did rather well. Listen, this morning I want to end it on this note, man. Your performance in that, I'm telling you, was fucking. We don't do the Oscars, but it was Oscar fucking worthy, mate. I'm telling you, whatever the fucking BAFTAs are. That film, man, your performance, you don't have to say a lot, mate. He says it all. It's brilliant what you've done there.
Oh,
fucking brilliant.
Thank you, mate. Thank you very much.
And you're just a fucking host, man. So fuck off. You can go. The other thing is, this is the other thing. The one thing I haven't covered, I haven't said. I've been fucking texting that cunt, DMing Ricky. I love Ricky, man. He's a fucking. I think his stand-up is, the 2 heroes, Dave Chappelle and him. Because they both cover the grand. So if you ever get to speak to Ricky and just tell him his account, he didn't reply to me. No.
Yeah, sure. Do it now. Happy to do it now. What way to end?
I just wanted to fucking write Goldie a complete knob or something on a piece of paper just to know that he exists. I think he's a brilliant man. And I was saying to your wife that for whatever reason has stopped me. I thought Derek again was fucking like should win everything. I thought the performance in Derek was like, I think it was fucking, because I always thought, I shouldn't say the word, but I always thought he was playing one of those guys. But when I looked into it, and I only watched it last Monday, and I watched it from beginning to end.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and people have been telling me for ages about it, and I thought, no, he's I don't know if he's knocking him a bit there, but it's beyond that. And I saw so many fragilities in it. Again, you touched on with your character in Brian, but it touched me, man. It fucking shed a tear. I think for me, and it just feels better than The Office for me. I know people are going to go, you can't say that. Well, I was all right with The Office, good, yeah, I get it, but just this, I don't know. Maybe I'm at the age where it meant something more to me at this age. I should put it another way. Right. Do you know what I mean? And it's something that maybe if I rewatch The Office, I may pee myself at my age a bit more, but I just felt that performance. I just wanted to tell him that I think it's hands down that for me and your movie have really touched me.
Oh. Thank you very much, mate.
What a lovely way to end.
Let's get a screen grab.
Can I get a screen grab of that?
Man, fuck off. I'm back.
What a way to end.
69 boys. I'm going to go and have a barbecue at Mate's Gaff. Anything you need, boys, whatever you need in the future, moving forward. And I'll pass cross physically. We're going to hang it out.
Thank you, mate.
All right. Give me a role in one of the fucking films you do as some mad cunt. See you later.
Yeah.
Fuck off, you know me. When in Rome, eat fucking lions.